the African National Congress has announced with deep sadness the passing of Isithwalandwe Seaparankoe Gertrude Shope, also known as Ma Shope, who departed peacefully at her home in Gauteng earlier today, aged 99 years old. For more on this, let's now welcome ANC Spokesperson Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri. Mahlengi, a very good afternoon to you, and of course condolences to you and your organization. Of course, Ma Shope was one of the oldest members of the party and also a former trade unionist. Just talk to us about the circumstances, of course, surrounding this announcement and her death.
Thank you very much. Ma Shope was one of the living legends of the ANC in every sense of the word. One of the women that generations after her looked up to, having been in the struggle for the majority part of her life. And so we are really, really saddened and gutted as the ANC. But more importantly, we send condolences to her family, both the immediate family, her daughters, and send condolences to the wider family or the Shope family for the passing of this giant who was recognized by the ANC and conferred the highest honor, Isithwalandwe Seaparankoe, and one of the very few women who hold that highest honor in our movement.
And of course, the sad part, of course, is whilst she has lived a rich life, living to the age of 99, she would have turned 100 in August. In fact, I remember last year we covered a story where she was turning 99, in which she received, many acknowledgements, particularly one from the former Deputy President, Dr. Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, who said how important it was, for women in South Africa to learn from women like Ma Shope. So, of course, she does leave that vacuum.
Absolutely. Really, really esteemed by any standard. The kind of women that all younger women in our movement and in South Africa, in fact, even non-members of the ANC, younger people are part of many programs that are offered by universities that are named after Ma Shope. She was a lady par excellence. She was a true patriot. Apart from being a leader of our organization, a leader of the ANC Women's League, having served as a president there, and also having headed the ANC's women's section in exile, where she endured a lot of hardship out there. And so we're celebrating and commemorating at the same time somebody whose life really profounded society and profounded the ANC. One of the most, I would say, a woman of moral courage and ethics, great ethics and integrity, second to none. And so it's really a shock to the system and a great moment of sadness for the African National Congress.
Of course, we understand that she did pass away at her home earlier today. Can you give us a sense of whether President Cyril Ramaphosa, of course, we know he was at that all-important meeting in Washington, D.C., has he been informed? And also, have you had any engagements and conversations with the family at this point in time?
We have had conversations with the family, and the family has confirmed the circumstances around her passing on peacefully at a home, and happy soul surrounded always by a loving family. Everyone who knows Ma Shope would have known that she was always surrounded by the love of her daughters in particular, and those that also were entrusted with the responsibility to care for her. So, and apart from that, she was love herself, personified. So that is what happened. President he is still being apprised of that, taking into account the time difference, and so that is being attended to. But they would, in any case, expect us to communicate this on behalf of the family. Family has asked us to manage the communication.
Absolutely. Mahlengi, thank you so much for your time and, of course, speaking to us. We'll definitely hear more then about the arrangements from you. Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri is the ANC spokesperson. Of course, that news coming just in there of the passing of Ma Gertrude Shope.